Oilers Leafs on Wednesday. A little unfair because Connor McDavid's not in the lineup, but so fucking what? You still got to play NHL games.
Right.
We've missed Matthews and Marner before it happens.
Yeah.
Now, the Oilers picture continues to get worse here. I mean, I think they've lost 10 of their last 12. And what happens, it's everything that we talked about on Wednesday going into the game. Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, and I heard this with Chris Johnson and Julian McKenzie. Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, when they are playing 2 more minutes a night than Matthews and Marner, right? Yeah. That's the Leafs' closest comparable. I'm not saying they're the same, but if you're talking about the Leafs' big 2, it's Matthews and Marner. Oilers' big 2 is obvious. And when the Oilers were winning, those guys were putting up like MVP for the last 25 years numbers. Like Connor McDavid was on pace for 180 points.
Yeah. Their numbers would have, I think back to like 1996 Mario Lemieux.
And Yager.
And yeah, no, they were better.
And I wonder.
They had better numbers.
So here's the thing. When they were winning, those guys were putting up like 2-3 points a night each.
They were on a 180-point pace through the first, like an alarming amount of games. We were all like, oh, shit, like they're actually going to stick to this.
Right. And then
they didn't.
Well, then they didn't. But here's the thing. 82 games in a year, even Gretzky didn't score sometimes. Mm-hmm. Even when he had his 215-point season, there were games he did not register a point in. The problem is with this Edmonton Oilers team is if their version of Gretzky, which is Connor McDavid, again, I'm not calling them the same, if he does not score and Leon Draisaitl does not score, they do not even factor. Like they don't play. The Oilers cannot win. And I think I highlighted it last episode. You know, a guy like Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, everybody's like, well, he's having a great year, 26, 27 points or whatever. 3 of those are goals. And I hate to remind hockey fans of this. Goals matter more than assists. Goals matter more. Goals matter more. That's why points in the NBA, goals in soccer, that's what people pay attention to because that's what matters. And what we're seeing with this Oilers team is what's Dave Tippett really supposed to do? I'm not saying he's perfect, but what's he supposed to do if Connor McDavid's out in COVID protocol? Or even if he's playing? What's he really supposed to do if he needs a goal? And those 2 are gassed.
That was a great point from the CJ show. I was just like, fair enough.
Yeah. Like what's he going to do?
What would I do to make the Oilers better?
Now,
all my answers
trade
have to do with Ken Holland, not Dave Tippett.
That's what I'm saying. This is a Ken Holland thing. Now, what's going to be interesting is if in season they try to make a move here, how do you make a move right now? Like Louis DeBrusk said on Sportsnet this morning. It's like it's almost impossible to make a trade right now.
Well, it's not just that. No one was waiving their no trade clause to come to Canada anyway. They're especially not doing it now.
Yeah.
So
like everybody's looking at us like you guys are not.
Well,
yeah,
and they might for Alberta, but you know, not for most of Canada. And one thing I learned from Agent Provocateur with Doug Armstrong, another extremely good listen. I love that we make shit that I like. Like, I listen to every show, I'm like, God damn, what a banger. Who made this? Us? Great. Anyway, from your Doug Armstrong thing, is the NHL isn't a video game. Like, these are people.
Yes.
Right? And I think it would be frowned upon if you traded a player who didn't specifically ask for it at the moment. Right now.
Really?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Now tell me why.
Because you're sending them into an unwinnable situation. If it's a single guy, probably not as much. Single guy, you know.
But if he's got a family.
Like
Fast and Furious.
It would look awful. It would look absolutely awful. Now, Doug Armstrong told a story that I thought was very funny, where he traded Joe Nieuwendyk the day after he moved into a new house.
Down the street from Doug Armstrong.
Down the street.
They were neighbors.
Yeah, so
literally.
That's funny. It's unfortunate, but it's funny. It was also the off season, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Lou Lamoriello. You kind of have to, you know?
Yeah.
But to trade...
By the way, when he was saying that, I'm like, I bet that's the Langenbrunner trade. And he was like, and then it was Langenbrunner for Arnott. I was like, I remember that.
So, but if, you know, a guy's got a wife and 2 kids and lives in, I don't know, pick a team at random, St. Louis, and then you're going to trade them to Edmonton in the middle of all this, how are they going to see their wife? How are they going to see their kids? If they come with you, you got to figure out X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not a good look. If someone asks for it, great. If they don't, I think it's going to be a real bad look. But business is business.
You got to do it. I mean, and if you're Ken Holland, like people will be like, well, Ken Holland's on the hot seat. Is he? I don't think he is. He's in the, what is he,
he
third
should
of
be, man. Like,
yeah, but.
No, I know.
Come on.
Yeah.
With Edmonton?
He's secure in that job.
Yeah. I mean, they signed him to a $25 million deal. I think he's in year 3 or 4.
Is Tippett the only coach he's had?
No, he had I think he had the previous guy, didn't he? Who was the previous guy?
I don't even remember. Gulletson?
No, Gullitson's the assistant coach.
Right. He was with Calgary. I can't remember. We'll figure that out.
I'll tell you in like 8 seconds.
Yeah, most GMs, I think you can bet on them comfortably having 2 coaches.
Ken Hitchcock was before Tippett, and then before that was Todd McClellan.
Well, when was Hitchcock? What year?
And Hitchcock was 18-19. He only did that one season. Remember, he did the 62 games.
Oh, right, but he wasn't fired though. He just left.
Yeah, his interim. Right, he was that stopgap between McClellan and
right. So that
Tippett
doesn't even count as a bullet. That's a blank in the gun.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
and you know, like with the way that the Oilers are run, truly from ownership's perspective, like it or hate it, they're not quick to jump the gun on firing a general manager, except the day after they've signed a goalie to a 3-year contract.
right. Okay, so he's not on the hot seat to lose his job, but he's on the hot seat to do friggin' something. Something.
Yeah.
And what better time than now to completely contradict myself?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're able to find players who are willing to come there or you know what? Screw it. Be cold. Make your team better. The Oilers have 1 game in the next 14 days. What better time?
Right. And just to clarify, Tippett is Ken Holland's hire because Ken Holland was hired in the May of 2019 early, and then late in the month he hired Tippett after Hitchcock wasn't coming back.
Oh, so he was hired before the bubble season.
Yes, 2019.
Wow.
Is when
So
he
this
hired.
would be
Man.
Tippett's first full season.
So this is the problem, eh? Like I can't remember any of this stuff.
Oh, me neither.
Any of this.
No, if you ask me something from 2008, I'm good. But
Yeah.
3 years ago,
Yeah.
So that, I don't know. That's enough time to be. You got to be thinking about at least Tippett's job if you're Ken Holland, and I don't know if Bobby Nix is looking at Ken Holland's job, but
no,
Probably not.
Holland is safe
yeah.
based on that criteria, but Tippett might not be.
Did you see the gif of the Oilers getting scored on, and then the camera goes right to Ken Holland, and it just says Ken Holland searching the 08-09 Detroit Red Wings roster,
I didn't see that.
searching for players to trade for.
That's
fine.
mean.
Yeah.
How
It's
dare
also
I was
you?
going to say funny.
No, it's definitely. Oh, listen. A lot of funny things are mean, and a lot of mean things are funny.